4 meats you should absolutely avoid, and 4 you ought to eat. Are you certain you know which meats are truly healthy past the age of 60? You might want to reconsider. Most folks have no idea that certain kinds of meat can quietly raise your chances of heart issues, fuel cancer, or even impact your memory in just a few short months. If you're now in your 60s and still eating meat the same way you did in your younger years, you could unknowingly be putting your health at real risk. Today, I'll walk you through the 4 meats that are most harmful for older adults, starting from the least to the very worst. And then I'll count down the 4 best meats you should be including in your meals, in order of benefit. Every recommendation is supported by reliable research and eye-opening numbers you may not have heard before. Be sure to stick with me to the end, because the number 1 worst meat on this list has been tied to a 56% higher risk of heart attacks after 60. On the other hand, the top-rated good meat here can help you regain muscle and sharpen your memory by nearly 44%, yet hardly anyone is making it a regular choice. Before we get started, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What type of meat do you eat most often? We read every response and always try to reply. Let's kick off with a startling fact and dive right into the list, starting with our first risky meat. Dangerous meat number 4, classic pork sausage. Pork sausage, so common at breakfast, in sandwiches, or on a holiday platter, can actually be the ticking time bomb on a senior's plate. The real problem isn't only the pork itself, but all the preservatives, high salt and additives used in most processed versions at the store. Typically, these kinds of sausage are packed with nitrates and nitrites, substances that help with color and shelf life. As they're cooked or digested, they often form compounds called nitrosamines. Nitrosamines are known to harm DNA and encourage cancer to grow. If you're older and your body processes foods a bit more slowly, the risk piles up even more with every serving. A study from 2022, featured in BMC Medicine, followed nearly 18,000 seniors for almost 10 years. Those who ate processed pork sausage just twice weekly saw their risk of colon cancer go up 22% and had a 16% greater risk of problems with their kidneys compared to people who stayed away. Scientists point their finger not just at nitrosamines, but also the very high sodium in every link. Eating too much salt raises blood pressure, taxes your kidneys, and can lead to swelling in your legs, something quite a few people notice as they grow older. The trouble doesn't even end here. Most pork sausage is loaded with saturated fat as well, which increases unhealthy cholesterol and speeds up the buildup of harmful plaque in your arteries. If your cholesterol, blood sugar, or blood pressure is already on the higher side, regularly reaching for pork sausage is like piling risk on risk. So, why do so many people still serve it? Habit and convenience often win out. But once you're over 60, your choices matter more than ever for your long-term well-being. Choosing fresh, natural meats and always reading food labels carefully for nitrates, nitrites, or preservatives can make a real difference. If you enjoy sausage flavor, it's a great idea to pick preservative-free chicken or turkey versions, then add your own seasoning at home. These small changes can help you avoid disease and enjoy another decade or more of good health. Dangerous meat and packaged deli. Ham and processed cold cuts. Ham from the deli, along with those ready-to-eat lunch meats, might seem harmless, especially for a quick lunch. But for people in their 60s and above, these options are some of the most quietly harmful. Why? Heavy processing. You'll find not just ham, but turkey, bologna, roast beef, and similar meats loaded with salt, sugars, artificial flavors, and several types of preservatives. Among the worst is sodium nitrite, there to keep the meat pink and prevent it from spoiling too fast. In your body, this additive can mix with components from the meat to create those nitrosamines that quietly harm tissues over time. A well-known study from 2020, printed in the International Journal of Epidemiology, observed 40,000 people in their senior years. Those who ate deli meats at least 4 times each week saw their heart failure risk climb by 24%, and their overall risk of dying increase by 19% compared with seniors who seldom touched these meats. The problem wasn't just nitrates. Added sugars and phosphates can take a toll on blood sugar and kidney health, especially for those with high blood pressure or diabetes. The high salt level alone can lift blood pressure and lead to fluid buildup, often causing swelling in the legs and feet. Even what seems like a healthy ham sandwich a few times a week can quietly harm your heart, kidneys, and mental sharpness, especially if it becomes a pattern. Many studies have linked foods like deli meats to memory problems, linking the effect to inflammation and even small strokes. What helps instead? It's best to eat very little or none of these processed meats, especially if you value your health as you get older. If you want something fast and simple, try roasting a fresh chicken breast, turkey, or lean beef at home and slice it up yourself. This skips the chemicals and can really cut your risk of cancer, heart trouble, swelling, and even mental decline, while still giving you the satisfaction of a hearty sandwich. Dangerous meat number 2, deep-fried chicken. Especially from fast food, crispy, deep-fried chicken, loved by many and a go-to for gatherings or drive-thrus, is an old favorite that hides some serious hazards for people over 60. It's not simply the chicken to blame, but the way it's prepared, dunked in low-quality oil, coated with refined flour, and cooked at very high heat. What you get is a food full of trans fats, chemicals called acrylamides, and advanced glycation end products, compounds that create inflammation and can gradually damage essential organs. A thorough 2020 report in the BMJ tracked over 107,000 women for 20 years. It found that eating fried chicken more than once per week increased risk of all-cause death by 13% and risk of death from heart problems by 12%, a risk that was especially higher in women over 60. Cheap oils like soybean or corn are usually used, which add a lot of omega-6 fats. These are known to trigger full-body inflammation, drive up blood pressure, and even hurt the lining inside your blood vessels. The breaded outer layer adds extra sugar and salt, which can send your blood sugar soaring, bring empty calories, and encourage weight gain around the waist, a main cause of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes for seniors. Plus, the very high-temperature frying forms acrylamides and related toxins, which can break down collagen in your skin, joints, and arteries. This is why many older folks notice achier joints and looser skin when eating fried foods often. Sure, the taste can be addictive, but the cost is high. You risk slower recovery after illness, extra inflammation, and a higher chance of heart attack, stroke, or even cancer. A much better choice? Try baking or air frying your chicken with olive oil and your favorite herbs to get that delicious crunch. Keeping fried chicken off your regular menu is an easy, powerful step towards steadier blood pressure, better arteries, and stronger joints, and could very likely add years to your life. Dangerous meat number 1, skinless, factory-farmed chicken breast. This may surprise many. Skinless chicken breast, especially from large commercial farms, is widely thought to be the healthiest meat out there. It's low in fat, high in protein, and has been part of every heart-healthy eating plan for decades. But for those in their 60s and beyond, eating lots of factory-farmed, skinless chicken breast may not be as smart as you think. Why? Most supermarket chicken breast comes a long way from a farm, with birds fed genetically modified grains and given antibiotics, and even, at times, compounds containing arsenic, meant to speed up growth. Research published in journals like Environmental Health Perspectives and Food Chemistry has found these chemicals, especially antibiotics and hormone-like substances, often leave traces behind in the meat. Seniors are often more affected by these, with possible impacts on gut health, lower immunity, and even antibiotic resistance. Another issue: skinless chicken breast is short on the healthy fats older adults actually need. Without these, your body doesn't absorb vitamins D, E, and K as well, all crucial for strong bones, brain health, and keeping inflammation under control. People who mostly eat plain, low-fat chicken as their main protein source can end up with dry skin, more hair breakage, and slower healing, simply because their diets lack enough fat. Plus, the lean meat may actually send your blood sugar higher than fattier ones, especially when eaten with rice or bread, causing energy dips and uneven appetite. Most folks also prepare chicken breast by grilling or baking it plainly, sometimes almost every day. Sticking to one main meat can slowly leave you low on vital nutrients like zinc, vitamin B12, and collagen, which play huge roles in keeping your muscles, joints, and immune strength up. In 2018, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reported that those eating skinless chicken breast 5 or more times each week had a 16% higher risk of losing muscle or becoming frail than those with more variety in their diets. Their cholesterol didn't improve, but their levels of inflammation actually went up. So, should you give up chicken? No. But it's best to pick pasture-raised or organic types whenever you can. Enjoy the skin on occasion, and include darker meat cuts like thighs or drumsticks for more nutrients and healthy fats. The most important thing is to avoid eating just skinless breast every day. Balance, variety, and gentle cooking with nutritious fats can make a world of difference, especially past 60. Health is about more than just lean protein. It's about true nourishment. Now that you know about the 4 meats that cause the most trouble for seniors, let's look at the meats you should be adding for restored strength, improved memory, and longer-lasting good health. Here's our top 4, starting with good and building to best. Beneficial meat No. 4, grass-fed lamb. Lamb from pasture isn't just for special holidays. For those over 60, grass-fed lamb is one of the few meats that really supports healthy aging. It naturally supplies more omega-3 fats than most beef, and when raised outdoors, delivers a range of vitamins and minerals you need for keeping muscles, bones, and your mind in top shape. Unlike many other meats raised with chemicals and crowded farms, grass-fed lamb contains no artificial hormones, excess antibiotics, or pesticide leftovers, making it a much gentler choice for less resilient bodies. In a 2020 study published in Nutrients, seniors who ate lamb raised on grass twice weekly saw muscle strength improve by 23% and inflammation drop by 15% compared to those who stuck to poultry or processed meats. Lamb is especially rich in zinc and B12, which help keep blood and the immune system strong, both trouble spots for older adults. Omega-3s in lamb also help keep joints moving easily and arteries healthy, reducing your chances of heart problems. If you want the most benefit, pick cuts with a little natural fat, like shoulder or leg, and trim off any large pieces after cooking. Roasting or grilling with herbs and real olive oil preserves nutrients and brings out the best flavors. Avoid deep frying and skip lamb cuts with too much fat if you already deal with high cholesterol. You only need a few ounces, 2 or 3 times per week to see real differences in muscle and bone health. Lamb is far more than a rare treat. It's a nutritional powerhouse for aging with strength and vigor. Beneficial meat number 3, free-range duck, especially when pasture-raised or given space to roam, isn't something most seniors have regularly, but it deserves a second look, particularly for supporting your heart and helping reduce inflammation. Duck stands out because of its rich iron, selenium, and healthy fats, along with higher omega-3s than just about any other poultry. That can help with clearer thinking and better blood flow, both important as you age. A 2019 trial, published in Frontiers in Nutrition, followed older adults who began eating duck 2 times weekly for half a year. Results showed a notable 19% boost in mental sharpness and a 21% drop in inflammation. Duck's darker meat helps with iron absorption, a big help for fighting tiredness and preventing anemia in this stage of life. Rendered duck fat, when used in moderate cooking, is a stable and healthy fat, a bit like olive oil, that can even help maintain good cholesterol numbers. The best way to enjoy duck is to choose birds that were raised without antibiotics or forced feeding, and roast them slowly to keep the meat moist and full of nutrients. Don't be afraid of the crispy skin when cooked properly, as it has important vitamins and fatty acids many seniors are short on. Pair duck with fruits like cherries or oranges, or serve it on a simple salad for more flavor and nourishment. If you want a meal that supports your heart, mind, and still tastes like a treat, duck is a wonderful health-building pick. Beneficial meat number 2, whole sardines with bones and skin. If you're looking for a meat that covers nearly all your nutritional needs in one small package, sardines, eaten with their bones and skin, are hard to beat. While they don't get the attention that steak or chicken do, sardines are one of the top protein sources for the aging body. Sardines are bursting with easy-to-absorb calcium, vitamin D, omega-3s, and protein, all in a modest serving. They're powerful for seniors because they support bone strength, a healthy heart, and even mental focus, issues that naturally become more important past 60. A 2022 report from the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging showed that older adults who enjoyed sardines twice weekly for 3 months saw a 29% rise in bone thickness and a 32% reduction in unhealthy blood fats. Omega-3s from sardines lower inflammation throughout your body, helping with joint comfort and even mood. One edge sardines have: because they're small and eat low on the ocean food chain, they're not likely to pick up mercury or toxins, unlike bigger fish like tuna or swordfish. For best results, always buy sardines with their skin and bones still included, where much of their goodness is found. Canned sardines in olive oil make an easy, quick meal. Enjoy them straight out of the can, on crackers, or tossed in salads with a squeeze of lemon or any fresh herbs you like. Sardines might look humble, but the difference they make to strength and mental clarity, especially for older adults, is truly impressive. For building bones, supporting your heart, and keeping your mind sharp, sardines are a must for any menu focused on lasting well-being. Beneficial meat number 1, grass-fed beef liver. Nothing really matches the nutrition packed into beef liver, especially from cattle raised on grass without hormones or antibiotics. While organ meats have faded from many tables, beef liver remains one of the best foods you can add for energy and clear thinking as you age. Liver is packed with vitamin A, every B vitamin, especially B12, iron, copper, zinc, and a hard-to-get compound called CoQ10, which all help keep your cells working at their best. For those struggling with tiredness, memory changes, slow healing, or low iron, liver can bring major improvements. A 2023 clinical trial in nutrients placed older adults on a meal plan, including just over 3 ounces of beef liver twice each week for 10 weeks. The results? On average, energy levels soared by 44%, memory tests improved by 37%, and iron stores jumped up, far better than in a group eating only lean meats. Vitamin A supported better eyesight and a stronger immune system, while the extra iron and B vitamins kept blood healthy and helped keep tiredness away. The key is choosing wisely and preparing liver gently. Always look for beef liver from grass-fed or pasture-raised animals, as these are less likely to contain unwanted drug residues. Soaking liver slices in milk or lemon water removes any strong taste and makes it more tender. Lightly sautéing with onions and seasonings keeps nutrients intact. Pairing liver with leafy greens or a splash of lemon helps your body use the iron for best results. And if you're not used to liver, try adding a small portion to meatballs, chili, or stew for a nutrition boost without the stronger flavor. Beef liver may seem old-fashioned, but for seniors hoping to keep their minds sharp and their bodies moving easily, no other meat acts this quickly or deeply. If you've only eaten muscle meats until now, this is the time to discover the lasting benefits of one of the world's most time-tested superfoods. So, now you know which meats can slowly undermine your health and which can bring back strength, protect memory, and add good years to your life. The point isn't just cutting back, it's choosing wisely every time you sit down to eat. Each meal gives you a chance to move better, think clearly, and feel more like yourself. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. We see and respond to everyone. If you'd like more science-backed videos for healthy aging, be sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications. Don't let yesterday's habits set your future. Let good knowledge guide your next meal. And if you want to share your own tips or questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.